I want you to think about something for a moment. When did you last read a menu in a restaurant without squinting? When did you last drive at night without those oncoming headlights feeling like they were stabbing straight into your eyes? When did you last wake up in the morning and your vision just felt clear and sharp the way it used to? I am Dr. David Anderson, and I am telling you right now as someone who genuinely cares about your health. Blurry vision, dry burning eyes, and that frustrating cloudiness that keeps getting worse are not simply what getting older looks like. They are signs that your eyes are running out of something specific. Today, I am going to share 3 tiny seeds, each one backed by peer-reviewed clinical research, that have been shown to repair eye tissue, reduce retinal inflammation, and restore visual clarity in adults over 60 better than most eye drops on the market. We are covering the exact seeds, the exact science, and exactly how to use them. But first, where are you watching from right now? USA, Canada, UK, Japan, Australia, Germany, or somewhere else in the world? And how old are you? Drop both in the comments because I read every single one, and your answer shapes what I make next. We have all been told since childhood that carrots are the answer to healthy eyes. And yes, the beta-carotene in carrots converts to vitamin A, which supports basic retinal function. But here is what that advice completely leaves out. Vitamin A alone addresses only one narrow pathway of eye health. It does not touch retinal inflammation. It does not rebuild the tear film that keeps your eyes moist. It does not protect the macula from the oxidative damage that causes age-related macular degeneration. And it does nothing for the tiny blood vessels inside your eyes that degrade quietly with age. A 2020 review, published in the journal Nutrients, confirmed that eye health in adults over 60 requires a far broader spectrum of antioxidants, omega fatty acids, and anti-inflammatory compounds than beta-carotene alone can provide. The 3 seeds we are covering today deliver exactly that broader spectrum, in concentrations that carrots could never match. Before we get to the seeds, I want you to understand what is physically happening inside your eyes right now. Because once you understand this, everything else will make complete sense. After 60, the lens of your eye becomes less flexible, making it harder to focus between distances. The macular pigment, the protective layer over the most light-sensitive part of your retina, thins significantly, leaving your central vision increasingly vulnerable to oxidative damage from light exposure. Your lacrimal glands produce fewer tears, and the ones they do produce evaporate faster, causing that burning, gritty, dry sensation that eye drops temporarily mask but never solve. And the capillaries supplying blood to your retina narrow and stiffen, reducing the oxygen and nutrient delivery your eye cells desperately need to repair themselves overnight. These are not random misfortunes of aging. They are specific, targetable biological processes. And the right seeds work directly against each one of them. The first seed is one that has been sitting in kitchen spice racks for generations without anyone realizing what it can do for aging eyes. Fennel seeds contain extraordinarily high concentrations of flavonoids, specifically rutin and quercetin, that cross the blood-retinal barrier and directly neutralize the free radicals that cause retinal cell death in older adults. A clinical study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology demonstrated that fennel seed extract significantly reduced oxidative stress markers in retinal tissue and showed measurable protective effects against early-stage cataract formation. The researchers noted that the flavonoid concentration in fennel seeds was among the highest recorded in any commonly available food source. For a 65-year-old whose retina has been absorbing decades of light-induced oxidative damage, fennel seeds work like a slow, steady repair crew, arriving at exactly the right location with exactly the right tools. Here is the practical part I know you are waiting for. You do not need a supplement or a prescription. Take 1 teaspoon of whole fennel seeds and steep them in 1 cup of hot water for 10 minutes. Exactly like making tea. Drink this every morning before breakfast. The heat releases the water-soluble flavonoids from the seed cell walls, in a form your digestive system absorbs with remarkable efficiency. Some of my patients also gently place cooled Fennel tea bags over their closed eyes for 10 minutes before bed. Not because the compounds absorb through the skin, but because the mild anti-inflammatory warmth reduces periocular puffiness and improves local circulation around the eye socket. Do this consistently every single day for at least 30 days before you judge the results. Consistency is the entire game with nutritional eye repair. These seeds do not work like drops that give instant artificial moisture. The second seed is flaxseed, and what it does for dry, burning, chronically irritated senior eyes is something I have watched transform patients' daily lives in ways they did not expect. Flaxseed is one of the richest plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, an omega-3 fatty acid that your body converts into the anti-inflammatory compounds that rebuild the lipid layer of your tear film. That lipid layer is the outermost coating of your tear film, and its job is to slow evaporation of your tears. When it degrades, which it does significantly after 60, your eyes dry out within minutes of opening them each morning. A randomized controlled trial, published in the journal Cornea, followed adults over 60 with chronic dry eye syndrome for 12 weeks. Those who consumed ground flaxseed daily showed a 42% improvement in tear film stability and reported significantly less burning and grittiness compared to the placebo group. Eye drops never achieved those results because they replaced tears temporarily. Flaxseed rebuilds the machinery that makes them. I want to tell you about a patient of mine. Let us call him Gerald. Gerald was 71 years old, a retired engineer from Ohio, and he had been using prescription dry eye drops 4 times a day for 3 years. His eyes burned every morning. He could not read for more than 20 minutes without pain, and he had stopped driving at night entirely because the glare was unbearable. His ophthalmologist told him the drops were the best option available. Gerald was not satisfied with that answer. We added 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed to his morning oatmeal every single day. Nothing else changed in his routine. By week 6, Gerald called my office to tell me he had read for 2 hours without stopping. By week 10, he had reduced his eye drops from 4 times daily to once. His tear film, measured objectively at his follow-up appointment, had improved by a margin his ophthalmologist described as, and I am quoting directly, clinically significant. Gerald's eyes did not need more drops. They needed the raw material to repair themselves. The third seed is the one that genuinely surprises people, including many physicians, when they see the research. Black seed, known scientifically as Nigella sativa, contains a compound called thymoquinone that has demonstrated remarkable protective effects on the macula, the tiny central region of your retina responsible for the sharp, detailed vision you use for reading, recognizing faces, and seeing fine detail. Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of irreversible vision loss in adults over 60 worldwide, and thymoquinone works against it through 2 simultaneous mechanisms. A study published in the journal Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine found that thymoquinone reduced inflammatory cytokines in retinal tissue by up to 52% and demonstrated direct neuroprotective effects on photoreceptor cells, the light-sensing cells in your retina that, once lost, do not regenerate. That dual action is something no carrot has ever come close to delivering. Half a teaspoon of cold-pressed black seed oil taken each morning with a small amount of raw honey is the most bioavailable delivery method for thymoquinone that current research supports. The honey is not optional. It serves a specific function. Thymoquinone is fat-soluble, and the natural sugars in raw honey help emulsify it in your digestive tract, improving absorption by a meaningful margin compared to taking it alone. A 2021 pharmacokinetic study confirmed that thymoquinone bioavailability increases significantly when consumed alongside natural sugars and healthy fats simultaneously. Take it in the morning rather than evening because thymoquinone's anti-inflammatory peak activity in ocular tissue occurs during daylight hours when your eyes are under active light-induced oxidative stress. Timing this correctly makes the same half teaspoon dramatically more effective than taking it randomly throughout the day. Here is what I find genuinely exciting about these 3 seeds, and I say this as a physician who has followed the research for years. Fennel protects retinal cells from oxidative destruction. Flaxseed rebuilds the tear film from the inside out. Black seed shields the macula from the inflammatory damage that causes irreversible vision loss. These are 3 completely different biological mechanisms targeting 3 completely different aspects of age-related eye decline, and they work simultaneously without interfering with each other. No pharmaceutical eye drop addresses more than one of these pathways. No single vitamin supplement covers all 3 mechanisms. But these 3 seeds together, used consistently, create a layered daily defense for aging eyes that the research genuinely supports and that most seniors have never been told about in any doctor's office. Let me give you the exact daily routine before we close. Every morning, begin with 1 cup of fennel seed tea steeped for 10 minutes. Drink it warm before breakfast. With breakfast, stir 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flaxseed into oatmeal, yogurt, or a smoothie. Ground flaxseed absorbs far better than whole seeds because grinding breaks the hard outer shell that otherwise passes through your system intact and unabsorbed. Then take half a teaspoon of cold-pressed black seed oil with 1 teaspoon of raw honey, either alongside breakfast or 30 minutes after. Do this every single morning for 60 days without skipping. The eyes repair slowly. They always have. But they do repair when given the precise biological tools they have been missing. What you will notice first is less morning dryness. Then, less evening fatigue in your eyes. Then, gradually, a clarity that surprises you. I hope this video gave you something real today. Not just information, but genuine hope that your eyesight is not simply a passive victim of aging. Share this with someone you love who is squinting at their phone or putting drops in their eyes 4 times a day. They deserve to know these seeds exist. Subscribe to this channel because every single week I bring you research like this that your doctor simply does not have time to sit down and explain. And now listen closely, because what I am preparing next is something the comments have been asking for repeatedly. We are making a full video on exactly how to use olive oil after 50 to maximize blood flow, naturally support healthy testosterone levels, strengthen your heart, and restore the kind of energy and intimate confidence that most men assume is gone forever after 50. If you want that video, type the words olive oil in the comments right now. Your comment tells me you are ready, and it puts this information in front of every man over 50 who needs it today. I am Dr. David Anderson. Take care of those eyes, and I will see you in the next one.